Hello everyone, today I want to share with you a journal I've put together and this journal I have made using the Kaisercraft Cottage Rose collection. It's a really pretty paper pack. I've used that. I've also used the Tsunami Rose Life's Abloom digital printout kit, and I've also you can see this beautiful paper from the Kaisercraft range on the cover there. I actually was inspired. I was going to use this paper, but then I saw a video by a lady by the name of Mona, and I will put her link to her channel in the description box below. And she actually made a padded, see how you can see that's padded? She made a padded journal cover. So I kind of used that concept that she showed for this. I've done mine differently to what she did hers, but I've used her video as inspiration. So thank you for that, Mona, and I hope I'm saying your name correctly. So I've used the Kaisercraft paper. It's like a quilted effect on the front cover there. I've just stitched and inked around the edge. I've used this lovely little eyelet trim there, which I've tea dyed. I've left it quite plain actually because I think it speaks for itself. It's really lovely. I did it in 3 pieces so that it was easier to bend at the spine, because I've done like a hard cover on this one. I've put a book plate, a Kaisercraft book plate at the top there with journal and a little bit of mesh fabric, and I'm still sort of toying up whether to just put a little bit of tatting on there or not, so let me know what you think about that. And for the closure I've used, I think I showed this in one of my thrifting videos, I've used this hook and eye. It's a really large one that I found at the thrift store, and I've used that with just some strips of fabric from an old top to tie it together, and as you can see that works really well. It just unclips like that. There's the eye and there's the hook on that side, and that holds it together, and it's really quite full. The spine is about 2 inches wide. The actual book measures approximately 7 inches by 4 3/4. Let's just check the spine. Yeah, just over 2-inch spine. So they're the measurements, and this is the inside. Let's just make sure I'm in frame. I love the way it looks, I do. And if I was to take out all the tags, which I will do as I go along, and I can show you that it's, you know, it's quite usable. If you were to take all the tags out, it's quite usable. But it is very full, as you can see. So with each of the pages, I have gone around every single page with the Inka Gold. As you can, I hope that's showing up just a little bit. Instead of inking the pages, I've actually golded the pages, every single one of them. And for my signature covers, which are pages from the Tsunami Rose collection, I've also added a bit of glitter onto the gold, which is the Stickles Platinum glitter, just to add a little bit of difference to those pages, but only on the outside. I did not do it on the inside of the signature piece here. So we just have a pocket from the Tsunami Rose download, and also a tag. The tag is from there as well, and I'm just going to sit all my tags to one side so we can see what the book looks like at the end without any inserts put in there. There's stitching, there's just little you know, clusters. There's a little bit of faint stamping, not too dark. I actually saw a video and someone did very faint stamping, and I really like the idea. But I can't remember whose video it was, because I'm not that great at stamping. That's one of the downloads, and I turned it on its side and put that in there as a pocket. Some washi tape. It's just a bit of the Kaisercraft Cottage Rose collection there. And that's another Tsunami Rose download, but that's an ephemera pack. And I've just put baking paper on the other side, and I've sewn those together. That's another download there. And each of the downloads, that one's folded in half. A lot of them are just, I'll show you one when I get through. That's just a little baking paper coin envelope I made. That's just a little tag I've made to put inside. Crafty Irina sent me some coin envelopes, so I used those, but what I did was I just made them a little bit more narrow than the original ones. It's just a little belly band there with some little flowers I've punched out. When I printed this particular download down, I put it back through to print on the other side, and my printer was running out of ink. That's just another download. And so it came out kind of with a violet, kind of a purpley tone. So I decided to make those into pockets, those particular pages that were like that, so it wasn't too purpley. That's more from the Kaisercraft collection, and I've just put some tea-dyed paper on the other side to make it a bit stronger, and so it's not white. I think I got this idea from Paula Lemon, and most of the things I've seen on Yvonne Preston, Paula Lemon, Mona for the cover, also Crafty Irina. Most of the inspiration has come from those ladies, so they're just two little tags I've put together there. And that one is a glassine bag from Crafty Irene. Thank you, Irene, with some washi tape, and it's folded up to make pockets. So it's that, and I have left some pages plain, which was a little bit difficult. I originally glued all my lace on because I wasn't going to do any sewing in this book, and then I changed my mind and decided to do sewing. So you'll see a combination of both. That's just some lovely mesh that Louisa sent me, and it's tied in a bow. That's a tag from the collection, just folded over the top with a paper clip, and a little tag I made from the Kaisercraft collection, some more washi tape. I've also used the what is it called? What's it called? The Tattered Rose Distressed Stain on some of the pages as well. I just thought it added a little bit of colour, but not too much. And that's just a flip out that I saw on Paula's channel. There's the other side of the bag, some more tags with just a bit of that mesh, and it's just tea-dyed paper on the other side, and another little tag, just a journal spot there. And I've inked all the edges in the, what is that, vintage photo. The edges on the cards and tags and things. As I said, I've done all the pages in the gold, and I've made this graph paper here. I've just folded it up to make little pockets on those ones. A lot of vintage laces in this book. In fact, no, there's only like 2 laces in here that aren't vintage. So, and I've done the little book paper flowers with buttons that I've done for a few years now. So, another print out, a couple more just pieces there. Lovely little applique from Seriously Scrappy. It's just the other side of that one. A little tags. And these are those little, what are they called, page pebbles. They were either from Yvonne or Paula as well. I saw that idea with just a little die cut top. There's some tatting in this book, lots of tatting actually. And a tag from the collection, and then I've just made a little scrap paper pad there, a little bag from Louisa, and then just a little tag there. That's the first signature. The second signature, this is one of those little fold outs, I think. There we go. I made a few of these little hearts, or I think they call them page pebbles. It's just from the collection. Little cluster, just a book page tag. A doily. And I love the soft colours. It's some nice vintage rickrack there. And because I had to, like, I painted all the pages with the Inca Gold, it kind of made the paper quite soft. This one just has a little tag in there. Flower. And this is a lovely lace that Crafty Irene has sent me. Thank you, Irene. Some lace down the centre of that signature. And I just thought the colours, that, you know, they're very cottagey, aren't they? And I love that. So this, I've just got a paper clip with a bit of lace on there. This is it's a journal card from Hazel sent me that. Thank you, Hazel. And there's the rest of that lace, and then I've made a little envelope. I had an envelope this size that I just took apart and used it as a template, and that's just a journal card inside there, and that's just that's from the Kaisercraft collectibles. I don't know exactly which one because they're all mixed together, and that's just the one from the printouts. More printouts there. Just a little banner. I think that's maybe, I'm not sure, it's one of those ladies. So, and there's the doily, washi, more of the downloads. This is a beautiful, beautiful, oh, there's two in there. I didn't realise that there's two in there. A beautiful download kit. I think I said it was Life's Abloom. It's really, really pretty. And then we have some more in there. Another one of these. And I like just the touch of the green with it. And this is another one of the collectibles from Kaisercraft. Another from Tsunami Rose. More beautiful vintage laces there. And this is like a double pocket. And it's just part of an index card I've used with a lovely vintage piece there, and that's the download. And I actually, this pocket, I don't think, oh, is it this one? I don't think this pocket should have been glued down because it's got this little circle cut out on both sides, so it's a little bit difficult to kind of get that first card in. I mean, that one goes in fine, and I glued the back of it up a bit so it would sit up, but the actual pocket, I think it should have been a loose pocket, but it works, so that's the way it is now. Oh, and this one's also glued together because you can see it's kind of purpley or lilac-y, and I didn't like that, so it's just part of the Kaisercraft. Oops, and then we have just one of the printables from Tsunami Rose. This is like a bookmark I've made. I just put lots of bits of lace on the top and a lovely little key from Seriously Scrap in there. And I've used the last piece of the cover paper that I had to make that with some tea tea dye paper on the back, and another little pocket down the bottom of the graph paper. That's another tag with doilies on it, and one of those little corner flips with some washi tape on it, and that one was from Rita Donnelly. That's where that idea came from. And some more of the stains, just a center of the signature there. This is not vintage lace, this piece, and I think it's used once again back here, and that's the one that I'm saying is probably maybe the only one that's not vintage. A couple more there, and one in here. And that's just one of those flip out things, I think, from Paula, and I've just popped a couple of little tags, and that's a punch out from the Kaisercraft thing that I've just made into a little pocket. Kaisercraft Cottage Rose collection, that's it. There's just a little, that's just a bit of journal paper in there, and then in the back is another little tag, the flower, another pocket, just a little cluster. That one is a tuck spot if you want it to be. And that's the back of that signature. Aren't they pretty, pretty papers? They're just so lovely. And just that little bit of glitter and gold adds to them perfectly. And then we have another banner spot, tuck spot there, and some more of the papers. Little flower, lily. Just that's a collectible piece, I think, with some of the, just a bit of tatting and applique there, and a flower. And this is a little bag from Louisa. Thank you, Louisa. And just a little couple of bits in there from the downloads. Once again, I'll just back them in some of the tea dyed paper and baking paper. Here we have another one of pockets, and in there I've just put another, just a piece of paper folded up like that. Put that there. And these are just all from the Kaisercraft collectibles, and that's just a little tag I made because I've been making an altered book and I had to take a lot of pages out of it, so I had a lot of book pages hanging around, so I didn't want to waste them. I kind of made up a whole bag full of stuff, you know, which made it easy to put a book together, kind of, but it all took a bit of time. So there we have that. We have the center of that signature. A bit of sewing and washi tape. We have another piece of card in there, and some beautiful, beautiful old lace on that one. More little flowers. This is all from the book I took apart, all this book paper. I just sat there one day and made things from them. Just another little journal spot, and the ones that have the baking paper on, you can write on them very easily. I did test that before making any of those, and yes, pens work on it perfectly well. So that's the other side of the doily. That one is not a tuck spot. For some reason I put glue on it, so it's just there. And that one is just a couple of small ones there. And then we come to our last page, and that's just a little, that's from the download, and that's just a little envelope I made, and a couple of the printouts there, and that's from the collectibles. And this particular paper I used for the inside cover is a Kaisercraft paper also, and that is from the Oh So Lovely collection, and I'm not sure of the exact paper, but it's the wood one. And then I put one of the book plates on that I got from the thrift store, from the Books Of, so whoever gets this book, she will be able to write her name on the back of the book. And that is it, and as you can see, that is it without all the inserts, and it does up very well. But I mean, it does up well with the inserts, but as you can see, there's lots of, you know, loose room in there. And these are all the inserts that go in there. I better not get them out of order. It'll be easier to put them back in if I leave them like that. So I hope you like this little journal, and let me know what you think about adding the tatting. I also thought of, because it's just paper, I don't want it to get damaged, so I was going to decoupage it, but I tried it on this little tag first. So that's the finish it will give. This is the Helmar decoupage glue, so it's not like Mod Podge. It has a much nicer feel to it when it's finished. So I'll give you a close-up and let me know, should I, you know, coat the cover with that? It's not that noticeable, but it, you know, just slightly, just to protect it a little bit more. Do let me know what you think about that, won't you? So that's just a bit of paper from what was left of the inside cover too. It's just a little tag that I didn't end up using. So there we go. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you like this little journal. And like I said, it is made for a special lady. So I'll be back soon. Thank you for watching today. Bye.